Thank you very much, guys. This is Pro Graphics once again, and today we are retouching this particular image from DETTY, and I'm going to leave his name in the description so that you can search for him on Instagram and follow him. So, guys, let's begin with today's tutorial. Okay. Since we are beginning with today's tutorial, you can see with this particular image, we are going to work on it. And what you are going to do is first frequency separation before you look at the lighting adjustment in this particular image. And I'll make sure that this tutorial will be a quick one, of course. So Ctrl J to duplicate the image as we always used to do. Then we name this one to be the lower, and let me do it capital. So let's make this one lower, and let's name this one to be high. Okay, so simple. So let's turn off this one because we are creating our frequency separation. We choose this one, then let's come to filter, then we come to blur, then we come to Gaussian blur. Okay, so with our Gaussian blur, let's use 6 because the image is sharp. Let's use 6 over here. Okay, so if there's any irregularity, we are going to delete it and create our frequency separation again. Guys, I hope you understand. Yes, I want it to be real. Okay, so let's bring this one up. Okay, that is the high. Then let's go to image, then let's go to apply image. Then our layer, if it's your first time, you come and choose the lower, right? Then let's come to subtract over here. Then your scale should be 2, then your offset should be 128. The rest you leave it as it is. You click OK, then you come to the blending option, then you change it to linear light so you can see. Okay, so let's group this, then let's name this one FS, okay, which is frequency separation. So let's zoom in into our image like this. Then what you are going to do is you come and choose your low, okay, then you choose your laser 2, then make sure that you set your feather. I set mine to 15 and 20, but with this particular image I'm going to set it to 15. So you can see there's a plus, but I've chosen the laser 2 is because my caps lock is on, so you can press on the caps locks, it will take off. So I begin to draw as the face look like. Okay, so let me go this side, then come to this side. Okay, then I come to filter again, then I come to blur, then I come to Gaussian blur. So with the Gaussian blur, remember we use 6, so let's make it 12. Let me make it 12. Okay, and let's see. Okay, so let's make it 18 and see. Okay, all depends on how soft you want your image. So 18 is okay for me. Then let's come over here, then let's draw as it is. Okay, we just apply, then come here. Okay, then let's apply our Gaussian blur. I've applied over here already. I think that is it. So let's look at the before and the after. So this is the before and this is the after. This is the before and this is the after. Okay, so with the blemishes you can take it later on, but with this particular image you are going to leave it as it is. Okay, so let's select with shift, create a stamping layer, Ctrl Alt Shift E, then let's come to our camera raw, and we are going to do some fill light adjustment over here, because when you look at the image over here you can see the highlights are too much. So let's come to the basics over here, then let's push the highlights down so you can see. So the highlights should come down a little bit, don't worry about it. Then let's push the whites to down, then let's push this one. Okay, don't worry about it. So let's add a little bit of contrast to the image. Then let's push the exposure up a little bit. So let's look at before and the after, before and the after, before and the after. So you can see that some kind of contrast has begun to show up in the image. Okay, so don't worry, I want the image to look real, so I'm not going to take off the spots, okay, the spots and the wrinkles. No, I'm not going to take it out. I'm going to just leave it just like as it is. Okay, so simple. So what is the next thing that we are going to do? I'm going to create the curves adjustment layer to still add contrast to this particular image. Okay, then we do something like this. Okay, then we come here. Okay, so you can see more of contrast in the image now. So let's look at the before and the after. So you can see before the image looks flat, but now you can see some kind of dimension within the image, and that is cool. Okay, so what are you going to do? You just look at the skin. If the skin color is okay for you, just leave it as it is. But if you're not okay with the skin color, you continue with whatever you want to do. Okay, so when you look at this, you can see that there are more of yellows in the skin. Okay, so you have to do some few adjustments. Okay, so I'll come over here and choose the selective color. So the selective colors, you can manipulate it over here. So the yellows, you can just take out, take in. But I have a preset that I've created, so I'll just come over here, Pro Graphics, I just apply. Now after I've applied, you can see that there's a lot of reds inside the image, and we have to deal with that. Okay, so that means it wouldn't help us. So what we are going to do is, let's come to the yellows, then let's begin to, okay, work on the yellows. Okay, so let me push this one down a little bit so that it doesn't look more like this, like I've seen. So come like this, then let's come to the blacks. Okay, push it a little bit, okay, like this. Then let's come to the reds. Very, very important. So you begin to manipulate the reds so you can see. Then let's look at the magenta. Okay, so you have to come back. Okay, so then see how the yellows go, then the reds in and out. Okay, so still you have to go to the yellows, then push the yellows a little bit, bring it down. Okay, so you can see that. Okay, yep. So let's see the before and after. This is the before and this is the after. This is the before and this is the after. So you can see that we have done a lot of color corrections over here. Okay, so let's create a stamping layer, group this, then before you group, let's see the before and the after, before and the after. Okay, so let's create a stamping layer for this particular image. Then let's go back to our camera raw, back again. I want this tutorial to be a quick one, of course, quick one. Okay, so what are you going to do? We are coming straight to calibration. Okay, then we are going to, I told you that whenever you are doing retouching, don't feel bad, like you are the one working. So you push the images to fit like what you want to do. I hope guys you really understand what I'm saying. So you shouldn't feel timid. Hey, if I do and it's not nice, you are the one sitting beside the machine, so do it. Try to manipulate it. Okay, try to manipulate it to the time that you get what you want. Okay, so you shouldn't feel bad when you are working on some of these things. It is normal. Okay, so so let's see the before and after. So you can see that the yellows has been dealt with. Okay, so you can see, so let's see the before and the after, the before and the after. So we doesn't want, after we did the color grading, you can see that it's affecting the background, so we are going to max because we don't want it to appear in the we want only the feeds. So simple. Let's click OK. Then what you are going to do, you are going to use the masking layer, then Control I to invert it. Then you are going to use your brush, and this time around remember to bring down your flow so that it doesn't affect the background. So you are going to paint the face. So since it's black, you need to use a white brush, so you can see. Okay, so for you to see what we are doing. Okay, should tell you that you are working the ear, the neck. Let me reduce the size of the brush. Okay, like this. Okay. 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 So you can see. Okay. So X, just to bring it back so that you don't have any bleed. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So before, after, before, after. So you can see what we have done so far. Wow. Okay. So nice. So nice. So nice. So what I'm going to do is so simple. I'm coming over here. I'm going to do my dodge and bend, but I'm going to use a new skill in doing this dodge and bend. I'm going to use the black and white to do this. So let me choose my black and white like this. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the blending option, okay, to multiply, so you can see that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce it, okay, reduce opacity like this, okay. So you can see before, after. So what I'm going to do is so simple. Either use the black and white or you use the curves. So when you use the curves, you come over here, okay, then you push it from the middle, you push it down like this. The reason why we are doing this, we want to take all the highlights in it, okay, so that we can get the shadows. I don't know if you're getting what I'm trying to, so that I can get to the shadows, because when I talk about dodge and bend, you're talking about placing your highlights at where it's supposed to be and placing your shadows at where it want to be. So you can do it this way, okay. So you can see that the highlights are being reduced whilst you can see more of the shadows. So you can see before, after, before, after, before, after. You can see that. So nice. So that's another one too. Then you can also use your levels, okay. So with the levels, you see your highlights, you reduce it, you push here into the dark, so you can see the levels too is also give you another shade of the color. So you can choose without using the level, or you can choose using the curves, or you can choose using the black and white, okay. So I think let's try with the curves, okay, so that you see what you do. So let's delete this ones, let's delete this one, then let's delete that one too, so you can see the curves, okay. Let me take and create a stamping layer again, okay, so you can see the curves now. So what you are going to do is we are going to add our highlights to it to do the dodge and the bend. Dodge means you're adding highlights, and bends means that you're adding shadows, okay. So I'll come over here, then choose my solid adjustment colors, then move to white, click OK, then come over here, Control I to invert it, then I'll come back again, choose my black and white, okay. This time around I'm going to crash the reds like this. So simple, okay. Yes, this one is okay for me, and the reason why is because it's going to help me so that I can see where the highlights are supposed to be placed. So come over here, let me zoom inside a little bit, okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'll brush, okay. So you see highlights are supposed to be here. Then let me come to this side, okay. You can see here too, then this side, then here too. Okay, let me undo this one, reduce the size of the brush, then come here, I think so. Then let's see here, then come here, then you can forgo here, you can also forgo this side, you can also forgo this side, you can also forgo this side. So when you are done, you can change it to a blending option as we did, okay. Then you reduce it, reduce it, and this one will give you a melanin skin. Okay, so let's take it off, then let's do what we are doing. So you can see now, okay. Oh, come on, okay. So what you are going to do is so simple. You come here, then move to the blending options like this. Then you are going to use any of this, okay. So you can see Whilst I pushed it over here, you can see it. So when you see that it start diminishing, it's so simple. You press on your alt key, so it divides it. Then you begin to work on it like this, okay, so that you have a very nice and a beautiful, okay, I think this side is better, good. So you just click OK. You can see before and the after. Then you just reduce it like this, okay. So let's see before and the after, before and the after, before and the after. You can see the highlight. So those that want to give a melanin skin or whatever, you just come over here, okay, then you just apply your black and white. As you have applied, you reduce it, and that is it, that is it. So you can see you're having a nice texture, okay. You can see you have a nice texture. Okay, so we have done that. So let me delete this one. So simple. Okay, so you can see before and the after. So let's reduce it a little bit, okay. Reduce it, good, okay. Group all, see the before and the after. So you can see that there are a lot of changes that has happened to this image. Let's add the last contrast to this image, okay. So you come to the curves, then you pull this one down, then let's push this one up. It's gone too much. Come down, come down, come down, come down, okay. So let's see before, after, then let's reduce it a little bit like this, good. So let's create a stamping layer. Then when you look at the image, you can see the reds are too much. So let's go back to the camera raw and just work on the reds a little bit, then bring the whole tutorial to an end. So you can see, you come over here, is it the reds, the saturation, you bring it down a little bit. You work also on the oranges, so look at it if the yellows too are too much. So whilst you do, you begin to look at the before and the after, if there is any change in what you are doing. So you want to do any color grading, you just see, okay. So just like, guys, you should feel free when you are working, okay. You should feel free when you are working. You should just feel free when you are working. What you need to understand that you are the one behind the PC, you are the one behind the computer, and you shouldn't be scared. Some people, when they are working, they are scared that they will make mistake. So when I do my videos, I usually don't edit it too much. There are some of the things that we do, there are mistakes. I just leave it inside so that you see that when you are working, these are some of the things that are bound to happen, okay. So you can see. So when you look at the first one look more rich, okay. Now someone will ask, why is that I'm trying to reduce the color? I'm reducing the color because when you export it to sRGB, you have more of the colors, right? You have more of the colors, so you are supposed to control the colors here so that you don't have too much colors. Like, see, if the reds, you see too much reds, no. So you just click OK. Now let me prove to you what I'm talking about. So let's go to file, then let's go to export, then export as this, how most of us we export our images. So let me zoom in so that you get to understand. So you can see now we are seeing the real color of what you have edited. Now when you convert this to sRGB, you see the color will just pop out, so you can see. So you can see the difference now. So you see that the colors just popped out. So you can see, you are seeing the difference now. Okay, so let me take the color correction that we did out. Then let me come over here, filter. Then let's go to export once again. So export as. Then you look at the difference over here. So let me paste in. So when you look at the skin texture, it's rich, okay. Now let me convert it to sRGB so that you understand what I'm talking about. How? So guys, you can see the difference. You can see the difference. So at the end of the day, you export your image and you feel like, the image that I exported, the image is some ways like it's not nice, the colors are too much, you come and reduce the saturation. But yes, these are some of the reasons. So for me, for instance, if I want to use the first color, of which before we did the color correction, this one, then I have to embed the color profile, which is the Adobe RGB. Yes, that's what I have to do. Okay, so you can keep this one. That's why I created a stamping layer, so that you can have these two. After you are done with your works, you just look at the ones that you want to work on, then you choose that one. So to bring the tutorial to an end, let me take this one. Okay, then create another stamping layer. Again, Control Shift E, so that you can have this one and that one. Then I'll sharpen this particular image. Control J to sharpen this image. I'll come here, then choose filter. Then I go to others. Then I go to high pass filter. Let me zoom into this image and let's see. I think 1.7 is okay. Then I come and change the blending option over here to linear, so you can see that the image is looking sharp. Oh guys, okay, now we don't have the eyes, of which is supposed to be soft, and the feet that is supposed to be soft. I think the lips, we should work on the lips a little bit. So let me do this, group this one and make this one like first one like this. Then let's Control G this one too. Then come over here, then filter, others, high pass, the same 1.7. Then let's change the blending option to linear. What's linear? Good. So guys, you can see. So let's group this one too. Okay, so we have this one and we have that one. So guys, you can choose among yourself what you want. Okay, so guys, we bring today's tutorial to an end. And if you really like this tutorial and if you like this subject that we have treated today, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and always remember it's pro graphics. So this is the before, after, and this one is the before. Okay, I have to take one off. Okay, so this is the before and this is the after. Before, okay, and the after. So you can see the aftermath of this particular image. So guys, if you really like my tutorial, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and always remember it is pro graphics. Have a blessed day. Bye bye.